RoboTaxies, Blackmail comes of age. We need to chip people and other things of value. Chip people like we chip dogs and things. What? Why? Well, RoboTaxies can move people, money, and other things of value. Everyone needs to be chipped in case they or their things, including the RoboTaxies, are stolen or lost. But chipping people like we chip dogs is a huge invasion of privacy. Get over it. You have lost all your privacy already to many companies, nonprofits, and governments. There is only one way to turn this monster around. Become invisible, disappear, hold the monsters to account to you. But when you need to trust people or things, they cannot be invisible to you. So here is the RoboTaxi blackmail use case. You get a message from your mother or child who took a RoboTaxi someplace. A while later, you get a video message from your mother or child that says another RoboTaxi has her never to return unless you put $100,000 into another RoboTaxi coming later. I am certain Elon Musk knows about this scenario already, as do a whole bunch of other people. RoboTaxis need to know for sure who is ordering them around, who they are taking and where they are going. And you need to know who to blame if a RoboTaxi misbehaves. There is only way to do it. Chip people and things, including the RoboTaxis. In my book, How to Get Your Privacy Back, I argue that everyone urgently needs to be chipped with, say, 1 million, or more exactly, 1,048,576 identities for life. How to Get Your Privacy Back. Amazon.com. How to Get Your Privacy Back Audible Audio Edition. Robert Thibodeau. Daniel Greenberg. Privist. www.amazon.com. Every chip is unique and yours alone. No two people on Earth in their whole lives will share any of the same identities in your collection of identities on your chip. And most important, all your identities are not linked together because different identities are used in different roles. One identity may be yours in your role as a vehicle passenger for RoboTaxis. Another identity may be for you or someone else's role as ordering particular RoboTaxis to take you for a trip. Nobody but you control how the identities can be linked or unlinked. Each identity contains a role and a bit more context, depending on the role of that identity in protecting your privacy completely. This is practical today. Here is a 1 terabyte chip on my finger that you can buy retail for about $60 today. The actual cost to produce this chip is about 10 cents. So you see where the price could go if we needed billions of them for billions of people and other valuable agents like RoboTaxis on Earth. By the way, every cell phone is already chipped. It's in that chip card in your cell phone. Sadly, though, it only has one identity. Not a million like you need to protect yourself from an unsafe world made less safe by RoboTaxis. RoboTaxis, like cell phones, just need one identity. By the way, every car on the road in the world today already has just such a globally unique identity already. You, however, should not have just one. You need 1 million to keep you and your valuable things safe. With this inexpensive 1 terabyte identity chip, you get about 1,099,511,627,776 bytes of privacy-protected identities. Allow about 512 bytes for each of your 1 million unique identities. Say 512 bytes for each role associated with the identity. 512 bytes for 2 common names. One that you may have for that identity, and one that someone else may have for that particular identity of yours. That's 2,048 bytes for each of your secured identities. And you still have 1 megabyte for comments or other information for each of your 1 million identities that under your sole control and how other people use them to identify you from your birth to death. Again, read the book for more detail on what you can do with this little chip that you should be chipped with. No, your cell phone will not work to replace what this chip can do, since your phone can be stolen or lost and it will certainly not last a lifetime. But in certain situations, a cell phone may be the way to go. And, more importantly, your cell phone can certainly manage many, if not most of your identities using that chip in your shoulder. People are going to try to tell you this privacy proposal actually takes your privacy away, but it doesn't if adopted with a common criteria level 4 plus specification under ISO standards. Read or Audible my book for details on that. I have several ISO standards under my belt of my own invention and would be an available authority on whether a written standard will deliver the properties required of the chips and infrastructure. This includes satellite content labeling worldwide and privacy-preserving storage devices in use worldwide.